Let's go. Oh, so today we're going to do a stretchy and sweaty session. So I really want us to be working on our stretching and our flexibility and looking at improving our flexibility. We're also going to be looking specifically at back bends. As you know, with a pole, we need to have super bendy backs. So I want to do some shoulder opening exercises and some flexy back stuff as well. And at the end, I want to just have a little bit of fun, play on the floor kind of time. I think we need it after the news of yesterday. I think we just need a little bit of space to play and have a bit of fun as well. So I've got a little bit of a challenge at the end once we've done some back bends and had some fun and done some stretching as well. So hopefully that all sounds good. And if you're going to get your sweater on. Having rather bad news with everything that's going on. One of the good things I found is I found a new shampoo, which I love. Having to pick up random shampoos now, but finding it super sleepy. Okay. Let's get going. I'm actually going to try putting some music on this time and seeing how the music goes. But let me know if it sounds really tinny or you can't hear it properly or you can't hear me over the music. In which case I'll just turn it off again like I have done in the other classes. But I thought it'd be nice just to have a little lift and have some music on as well. Okay. Can you hear that? Okay. Let's start with 4 people. Out and out. Take it all the way in. Exhale it. 1, 2. Let's all go. Number 3. Biggest one yet. Go it all down. Lovely. Get up. Chest. 1 side. Lovely. Hold yourself to one side. Lift up the ankles. Turn around. And the other way.
No, you can't do it just like
that. Switch over to the other side. And the other way. Left one, lifting up straight in front of you. 3. 1 to the front. 4. And 1 to the back. 5. 3. And 1. Lovely. Switching over to the other leg. Lifting it up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. To the side. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. To the back. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Relax.
Leah, I think one little bite.
Lovely. Take a lead with the other.
no.
What you mean?
Just the shoulders. Take it.
See?
Reach your arms nice and high. Take 1 Good.
Play Ariana Grande.
Change direction. Other one back, other one forward. Excellent. Lovely. And give it a nice little put down. Nice on these guys. Twist in the arm. Drop the arm. Lovely. And taking back to the front. Everything's okay. Lovely. Yes. Perfect. Everything from shoulders down to just the head. Left side. Lovely. And then lovely. And then take the edge. Take it up and over. Up and over. Lovely. From here, we're going to sink it into the shoulder and gently lovely, and roll over back. And taking it through that front semicircle from one side to the other. If you wish to take your head all the way around, feel free to do so, or just keep it to at the front. Let's change directions if you are there. Turning your head back up on top of your shoulders. And then we're going to take our shoulders up towards and pushing them down. Lift them up, push them down. And up and down, and up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. Lovely. Hold up to the side. Out. Shoulder blades together. The back opens up the chest. Lovely. And open. This time I'm going to shoulder blades. And then look down. Let go of the hand. Take them round the back. Back on the shoulders down. Forward yourself over. Try to get your hands on the top of your head. Let go of the hand. Fabulous. Give some hand inside. Turn your hand wrist. Take it all the way up to the top. And down. When you get to the bottom, change the direction. Take it all the way back up. Oh, Patricia's joining us! Lovely. And from here, into the Stretchy. Hi, Patricia. Welcome, welcome. Sorry for the delay. Lovely. If you
Two back. I like it. No. Yes. Yeah, mummy wants one. No, they haven't had dinner yet.
right.
I'm not for them.
And then I'm going to straighten my leg and then the other. And then I'm going to take it up and over, up and over. You know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to pop everyone on mute, just because I know it's, we can all start hearing everybody else's. Let me pop everyone on mute.
Thank you.
There we go. I hear kids. There we go. Right, where are we? Put it down here. Hands down, feet nice and wide, bend in one leg, taking yourself up and over, up and over. Good, lovely. From here, taking it through the middle. If you wish to, you can keep your hands up, keep that chest lifted and your hips down. Or if you prefer, keep your hands on the floor, whichever comes right and your body today. Lovely. Holding yourself to one side, we're going to flex us up. That lunge position, and just gently taking the hips up and down. Wow. Push through that front leg to get yourself into standing lunge. Find balance. Bring down. Down and lift. Gorgeous. Reach all the way forward. Chest moves on that front leg and spreading that front foot. Lower your back knee down. Slide it a little further away from the hip. And then from here, we're going to straighten out that front leg. And then rebend. And straighten, rebend. Straighten, rebend. So just do it at our own pace. And what feels good, just straighten it out easily, tension at the back of each leg. Lovely. Last two. Last one. Fabulous. Take yourself upright. Straighten out that front leg. Let's stop your front foot. Take a big deep breath in. Exhale, fold it forward. Lovely. We're going to squeeze the quad, push the ankle down into the ground. But just making sure it's feeling super straight. Get yourself back upright. Another big deep breath in. Exhale, fold it forward. Really keep squeezing that quad so we've got a super straight leg. Push the ankle into the floor. Push down. 4, 3, 2, and 1. And relax. Good. Find that foot down. Transition your way through, pushing down through your hips into your low lunge position. Coming from either side of your front foot and circle our hips round. Good. One, change direction, other way. Excellent. Lovely. Two arms come to the inside of your front leg. Tuck your toe under at the back. Push your hips up, open yourself up, square to the front. And then take yourself up and over to the other side. Flex up your foot, roll yourself round. And we should be in a lunge position on that other side. And just taking that hips up and down. Pushing that front leg, take yourself into standing lunge. Find the balance, reach the hands up. Think about tucking the pelvis under, and then we're going to push down into the hips. Body all the way forward, chest goes on, hands frame that front foot. And then lower the back knee down. Tuck your toe under the back, shuffle your forward. And then we're going to straighten. Lovely. Easy tension. Take yourself upright. Flex up your front foot. Take a big deep breath in. Take yourself forward. Lovely. So squeezing the quad. Feeling like you've got the straightest leg you have. Lovely. Take yourself back upright. Another big deep breath in. Exhale, fold it forward. Good work, guys. Have that foot down. As you went close to your low lunge, push it down into your hips. Hands come either side of your front leg and circle our hips round. One, change direction. 1, 2, 1. Lovely. Two hands in front of your front leg. Bring your weight into your back foot. Circle your knees together. So you're landing on all fours. From here, make sure that your wrists are underneath your shoulders and your knees are underneath your hips. And we're going to tilt the pelvis under. Back. Lovely. And squeeze. Fine. Then we separate the shoulders at the back. And then open out your way. I want you to imagine you try this. And circle your head. Take your head with you. Lovely. Change direction. Good. Fabulous. So, we're going to be doing back bendy bits today. So we're going to do focus a lot on shoulder opening and our back. Now, one of the really important roles in our back exercises is our tush. So I know those of you who did my the session yesterday, we did a lot on butt, but we're going to do a little bit more. Just to make sure that it's nice and strong and fully engaged and ready for it. So we're going to take it lying down. You're welcome to grab a cushion if you wish to. This is my hedgehog cushion because I'm a little girl really inside. But you can just use your carpet as well, whichever way feels most comfortable for you. So what I want you to do is take yourself lying down. Fabulous. Take your feet planted on the floor, hip width apart, and just bring your hands down to the floor. Okay, so you're nice and comfortable. We're going to tuck your pelvis under, and then what I want you to do is push your feet into the ground and lift your hips up off the ground as high as you can. Do you know what? I'm not sure I really need the cushion actually. So we're here, pelvis under, and then we're going to lift it up, and I want you to squeeze your butt cheeks as much as you can, and then take it back down. So what we're going to do, we're going to do it all together. We're going to do 20. And what I want you to really focus on is when you're at the top, squeeze your butt cheeks together like you've never squeezed them before. I really want you to feel like they cannot squeeze any more. So really squeezing them. In case you can't hear me, I'm just going to write it down here. Okay, good. We're going to do 20. Are you ready? Get set. And taking it up and squeeze and down and up and squeeze and down and up and squeeze and down. Good. Up and squeeze and down and up. That's 5. 15 more to go. And up and down and up and squeeze. Lovely. Fabulous. And taking it up, squeeze and down. And this one makes me, we were halfway. Taking it up, squeeze and down. You might start feeling it in your hips. That's absolutely fine. By squeezing our butt cheeks, we'll be opening out our hips. So if you're feeling a stretch in your hips, that's a good thing. Lovely. We're on 15 if you kept up the same pace as me. And up and down and up. Squeeze and down and up. Squeeze and down. Final one. I can't remember this is the final one and the next one, so I'll go one more just in case. And down and relax. So hopefully you can really start to do the stretch on top of your hips. I mine did definitely, but I really hope you felt like you were squeezing your buns like you've never squeezed them before. Was that okay with anyone? Did anyone have any issues with that? Oh, good. I can see thumbs up here. You can see people patting their butts. That's getting me excited. Fabulous. Okay, good. I might just shuffle it. Can you still see me? Okay. Good, good. Fabulous. I can see people's thumbs up in the air. That's excellent. Okay, so we're going to do the same thing again, but this time we're going to take one leg in the air. So what that will look like is, can you see it there? Hopefully you can see me there. So we're in that same position, and I'm going to take one leg out. So one leg is bent and one leg is straight. I want to keep your knees in line, okay? So I don't want this, or taking it low. I want my knees in line and to then take it up and down. It's really difficult to keep your knees in line, so don't worry if it does go a little bit higher or a little bit lower. We're going to do 10 on one leg and then 10 on the other leg. All make sense? All good to go? Good, good. I can see lots of thumbs. Let's do this. So in your position, lifting up the left leg to begin with, just so we've all got the same one. Knees are in line, and we're taking it up and squeeze and down and up. Squeeze and down and 3. Squeeze and down. Don't forget to squeeze both butt cheeks. It's harder to squeeze on these ones, but you've got to keep on working at it. Lovely. Halfway. Number 6. Down. Good. Number 7. Squeeze. Good. Keeping them knees in line. Lovely. Number 9. Last one, number 10. And relax. Good work, guys. Switching straight over to the other leg. So now lifting up our right leg. And let's go again. Number 1. Up. Squeeze. And down. Number 2. And down. Good. Making sure again we're squeezing both butt cheeks. It's really easy to just squeeze the one in this situation. But I want you to really focus on squeezing them both. Halfway through. Number 6. We're done. Number 7. And down. Number 8. Last 2. And final one. And good. And take it up. Really good work, guys. That was excellent. Really, really good. I'm just going to stretch out our butts a little bit before we then start using them again. So what I want you to do, I'm going to just maybe tilt my camera down so you can see me on the floor a little bit easier. Yeah. Is you're going to take yourself in a seated position. So almost like you're crossing legs, almost like you're crossing your feet, but have one foot in front of the other. Okay? Lovely. I want you to try and get a bit of butt skin out so you actually sat on your butt cheeks. And then from here, what I want you to do is just take your hands in front of you and I want you to lean forward. And the more you lean forward, you should feel the stretch going across your butt cheek. You might feel it in your hips a little bit as well. Lovely. Can you feel it in the right place? Can you feel it in your butt? Stretching out. Hopefully you can. Good. Fabulous. Switching over so you have a different foot in front. And then leaning it forward and stretching it out this side. Good. Okay, I'm going to show you one which is a little bit more intense. So I want you to try and cross your knees over. So your knees are in line and your feet are either side. Now, I have quite tight glutes, so I find this one quite difficult. But I want you to try and get your butt to the floor and keeping your knees together. And you should feel this stretch in your butt as well. It's a slightly more intense version. Now, as you can see, my knees, and they're slightly coming apart. Try and keep your knees in line if you can. My glutes hate this position, and they're in agony just in this position. But if you would like to make it even more intense, you can fold yourself forward and lean forward in it, and oh my days, it just takes it to a whole new level. You might not need that. It really depends on how tight your butt feels. Lovely. One more breath here. And then let's switch over to the other leg. So we're going to switch over so we have the new knee on top, trying to get your knees in line. I have to come up just to get my knees in line. I know some people will just be able to get straight into it. My butt's always been very tight. Wow, what can I say? My butt's always been a little bit harder to stretch out, so you might be in the same position as me. Hands come down to support you, and then trying to bring your butt down to the floor. Now, some of you might be able to find this completely fine and not agony at all. I'm not one of them. At the moment I sit down, my knees come apart. But if you do find this really comfortable and you can keep your knees in line, you might be able to take your feet out wider. That makes it more intense as well. And then folding over just to really intensify that stretch. But again, it's what feels right for you and your body. As you can see, when the knees don't even want to stay in line, but we're doing what we can. Big deep breath in. Exhale it out. One more breath here. Exhale. Okay, lovely. And unpretzel yourself. Okay, so now we've done loads on our butts. It's all about our upper back and our shoulders. Now, the reason I wanted to do our butt is to make sure that we've got a nice, strong and engaged butt so it protects our back. It's so important that we protect our lower back with our stretches, and we do that by squeezing our butt cheeks as much as possible. So, what I'm going to do for this next exercise, I'm actually going to use a prop. So if you have got the access to a sofa, a wall, a chair, that would be ideal. I'm going to use my fireplace, but honestly, you can use a chair, a wall, anything like that. I will show you on each of them. So I'm going to use mine against the fireplace. So I'm here. You see me okay? But if you're doing it against the wall, you're basically putting your hands flat against the wall. Okay? If you're using a chair, you're just going to be further down. So if you're using a sideboard, you'll be slightly further down than me because mine is a little bit higher. But what I want you to do is bring your wrists onto your sofa or your wall. If you're doing it against the wall, let me show you here against the door. So if you're doing it against the wall, bring your hands onto the wall like that. Step back and push through your shoulders. Okay, and you might want to look up. And you're trying to bring your chest to the wall. If you're doing it against a sofa, okay. Right, so here's my sofa. If I'm doing it against a sofa, I'm going to bring myself slightly further back, bring my wrists onto the top of the sofa, and then push down like so. So I'm bending my knees to get lower. Okay, does that make sense? That's what we're going to be doing. So I'm just going to go over to my my one that's most convenient for me, which is my mantelpiece. I bring my wrists onto the sides. I'm going to step slightly further back, bend my knees. I've got a softness in my knees because this isn't a leg stretch, this is an upper back. And from here, I'm going to breathe through it, drop my head down and push down as if my armpits are trying to get to the floor. Good. If you're doing this against a wall, I want you to look up to the sky. So you're looking up, and I want you to try and get your chest to touch the wall. Lovely. Take a big deep breath in here. Exhale, push it down a little bit further. Lovely, good. Take yourself back up. Okay, if you're doing this against the wall, you're going to repeat the same exercise. If you're doing this against a sofa, or a banister, or a chair, or a sideboard, then I'm going to ask you to pop your elbows onto the pole, onto your side. Okay, so I'm popping my elbows on now. Does anybody have any difficulties with that? Let me know, and I'll give alternatives. If you're doing it against the wall, same exercise as we've just done. If you can, use your elbows. So elbows go on. Hands come together, and you're going to take your hands into prayer kind of position. So my fingers are spread, but my palms are both together. If it's easier, you can also put your hands on your shoulders, but depending on what feels right for you. So I'm going to bring my elbows on, bring my hands together, step myself back, soft knees, and then push it through from there. I find this one's much more intense. And then from here, you can bend and straighten your elbows from 90 degrees and then taking your hands to your shoulders, depending on what feels most tense. And then just play around with that movement. Lovely, good. Big deep breath in. Exhale, push the armpits further through. Woo. Good work, guys. Taking yourself back, up and through. Oh, blimey, that was really, I find that one really intense. But again, it's just playing around with that shape of having your hands up to then having them behind your head to feel what's most intense. If you have them closer to your upper back, you can feel a bit of a stretch in your triceps as well. That just kind of intensifies it there for you. Okay, good work, guys. So we've done a whole big stretch here. We've stretched out our lower back as well and got ready for our butt exercise so that we're ready. So what I'd like us actually to do now is take ourselves into a bridge position. So just so that we can start easing ourselves into it, you're welcome to also, if you've got access to a wall, you can walk yourself back into it. So we're doing wall walk. Now I'll show you this against the door. Actually, I'm going to move this out. I feel like this is in the way for you to see it. So, if you are new to bridges or fairly, or feeling nervous about them, then what I want you to do is reach up high, lift your hips up. So I'm really pushing my hips forward. I'm going to look up and see if I can catch the wall from here. And then I'm just going to lift my heels off the floor, so I'm on tiptoes, and then walk myself down, and then walk myself up. Okay, so that's the option. If you're not comfortable doing it from the floor, you can do it walking down from the wall, and you can walk down in your own control and in your own pace. If you are fine, then this is what we're doing. So I'm on the floor, my feet are nice and wide, so they're about shoulder width apart, and I take myself back. I bring my hands underneath my shoulders and my fingers go under that way. So my fingers go down, facing towards my toes. Push in with my feet, push in with my hands. I'm going to push myself up and see if I can balance on my head. And if that feels okay, I can push myself all the way up. I'm squeezing my butt cheeks so I can stand my feet my lower back. And if this feels okay, I want you to rock backwards and forward. Okay, just feeling that tension and any release muscle strain. Okay, and then when you're ready, you can come down. So give it a little go. I will just write it out. Pushing up into bridge, then rock. Yes, Patricia, fantastic. Really nice. Oh, Kerry, look at you go. Yes, girl. Yes, Laura, keep pushing, push your armpits up. Yes, nice. That is looking really good. But squeezed. Yes, Magdalena, that's looking really nice. And again, I want you to also think about you pushing your armpits up and out. Same with you and Laura are very similar. You're bringing your arms bent, and I want you to almost push your armpits as if they're trying to push out as much as possible. So it's opening up in your armpits a little bit more. Okay, good. Okay, I'm going to just get you guys to do one more, and I'm going to have a little watch. So do it in your own time, and feel free to just take a moment to just chill. Oh, Patricia, look at you go. Really nice. Love the rocking, pushing through the shoulders. Good. Yes, Roshana. Pushing up, push that shoulders. Push, almost imagine that your chest and your heart are trying to push up and out. Through your rib cage. Yes, really nice, Laura. I saw that. Oh, Kerry, bam! So strong and stable. Look at that. Really nice. Rochelle, I can't see yours, my love, but I'm hoping you're doing fabulous. I can just see your ceiling. Really good, guys. Your wrist's okay, Kerry? Are you sure? Mine can get a little bit strained from this as well. Feel free to write me a message if you want alterations or anything like this, because it can feel a bit, yeah, have a little stretching them out, relax them, give them a little stretch that way. Roshana, look at this. Excellent, really good, really nice pushing through that shoulders as well. So when you're doing this, I'm going to show it you one more time. You don't have to do it, but I want you to I want to show you what you're really wanting to work towards. So you're doing that rocking, and the ultimate aim is to push your armpits all the way through so that your chest comes up and out. I'll show you. So, can you see me? Here, yes. So, I'm here, I'm pushing up, and then from here, I'm going to push my armpits through. Can you see how much they're pushing forward? So that I can straighten my neck. And then take it back up. So can you see in that shape how much I'm pushing my armpits all the way through? And this then prepares us to be able to do walkovers more easily. But can you see how much of a difference it is? It's all in my upper part of my back that I'm stretching out. So if you wish to, feel free to take this moment to do one more, or if you just want to have a little break, because obviously it's very intense on your back, feel free to do one more now if you wish to, or just take a moment to grab yourself some water and refresh. I'll just have a watch if you're wanting to do it again. I can see a couple of you are. Nice, really good. Yes, Patricia. Yes, Magdalena. Oh, guys. That looks really good. Really nice. Excellent. Really, really, really excellent, guys. You're really pushing yourself, and I can see that, and that's what we're here to do. Really, really good. I'm going to have a little bit of a relax on your back now. It is very intense stretching out our backs. We're using our muscles all of the time as well. But what I want us to do is, when we've bent our backs one way, it's really nice to just bend them back the other way. So let's have a little stretch going the opposite way. And all we're going to do is take ourselves into a little tuck position. Excuse me, I've got a little hiccup from drinking too quickly. Taking yourself into a little cuddle and then just rolling it back and forth. And the pressure, and just rounding out the back. Taking it from one side to the other, yeah. And it just acts as a little massage for all of your little back muscles. Rounding it over. Oh, lovely. Good. The next one that I want us to do as well is we're going to take ourselves onto our back, lower your shoulders down so your feet are nice and comfortable on the floor. And then what I want you to do is lift your feet up over the top. So you've got your legs in front, over the top in front of you. And just the weight of your legs can just stretch out your lower back completely. It's such a wonderful position. If you want to take this a little bit deeper, you can take your knees slightly wider, and you're going to take them over, and you can land your feet on the floor, and then if you wish to, you can land your knees next to your shoulders, like so, and bring your hands down. I'll show you that position this way as well, because I realise it's not always easy to see. So when I'm here, I bring my legs up, and I can just start to feel the stretch already. But then if I wanted to have it deeper, my knees go slightly wider, and then I bring my feet down, and then I'm going to bring my knees down next to my head, and it will be stretching all of my back. You might not need that much of an intense stretch, but you can kind of measure that with your legs as to how deep you want to go into that stretch the opposite way. Really nice. Oh, gorgeous. Lovely. What a lovely little stretch. I'm going to do another little stretch on our shoulders as well. So from here, what I want you to do is take your hands out, just sitting comfortably, however you wish to sit. I might take myself into cross legs actually. No, I'm going to take myself on my knees. So we're going to take our hands wide. Then we're going to cross one elbow over the other. Bend one arm, the arm that's underneath. Bend the other arm. See if you can twist round again and get palm to palm. You might not be able to. You might want to just rest with the back of your hands together. But if you can, bring palm to palm. Push your elbows from here. I want to push your elbows up and out. So they're going up and out. And it will separate your shoulder blades. Big deep breath in. Breathing into the space between your shoulder blades. One more, taking it up and up and out. Lovely. Untwizzle. Remember which hand is on top, and then you're going to switch and switch over. So I've now got my other elbow over the top. Re-wrap again, around again, and again, it might be different. You might be able to get your palms on this side, whereas before you did your back of your hands, or vice versa. It might feel easier to do back of hands around this side rather than your palms, whichever feels best. And then from here, taking your elbows up and out. Big deep breath in. Exhale it out. Breathing into the space around the shoulder blades. Number 2. And out. Lovely. One more for look. Lovely. And then untangle yourself. This stretch is particularly good if you're doing a lot of work on your desk, or if you know you hold a lot of tension in your upper back, because it just helps separate and reach all of the muscles that are around the lining around the shoulder blades. So it just really helps to give them a little bit of space and a little bit of air, when often we hold ourselves very tense in those positions. So it's just good to just release that tension there as well. Okay, so for our little fun time play session at the end. Oh, hello, Paulina's hands. Hello, darling. How are you? I can see hands coming out. She's all good. Glad to hear it. Lovely to see you here. Okay, so for our final little playtime session, what I want us to do is a chin stand. So we might never have done a chin stand before, but I will talk you through it and how best you can get into it and how we can practice this in different stages as well. So it's quite nice to have a wall or a sofa or something to push against with your feet to make it, that's a nice way to kind of support you when you're doing it. What we're going to do is we're going to bring our elbows into our tummies. So you know when we practice a half flag on the pole and we bring one elbow in and we kind of use the arm to be a shelf for our body, we do that. We're going to do very similar feeling when we do the chin stand. So both of our elbows come in and we're bringing a nice tight tummy, bringing the elbows into your tummy so you can rest on you're kind of resting on your top of your on your upper arms. Your hands don't, I find it much easier if I bring my hands slightly out. So my elbows aren't touching, my wrists aren't touching, but I'm bringing them, my elbows in and my wrists are in, but they're not touching, but my hands come out, okay? We're then going to bring our chin to the floor, and I highly recommend you're looking ahead of you, okay? So we're going to start getting into position. You want the sofa or the wall behind you. So hopefully you can see me from here. I'm bringing my hands into their position, and then I'm bringing my elbows in. From here, I then take my chin to the floor, and I'm looking up, okay? My butt goes in the air, and I take my feet in the air. I'm losing my balance. And then see if you can take one leg up, okay? So chin comes down, looking up ahead of you, and then you're going to try just lifting one foot onto your sofa and maybe lifting the other foot in the air. Elbows in, trying to get that balance. Squeeze your butt cheeks and see if we can lift up one leg to begin with. Nice, Kerry. I can see you getting in your position. Good. Magdalena, bring your elbows under so that they're underneath your tummy. Oh, Patricia, look at you go. Good, nice. Nice, Rashana, that's looking good. I can see legs up, Laura, and that's looking fantastic. Yes. Yes, Patricia, she's up. I saw that. Legs up. Excellent. She's shaking her head, but it's looking good. It's looking good. Yes, good corrections there. Chin up, looking forward, Magdalena. Good. Yes, excellent. Oh, Paulina, you're toppling her over. Really nice though, guys. I'm going to show you it one more time so you just have a little watch, have a little break, have a little watch again. I'll try and talk it through. Obviously, I realise I've got my chin on the floor, so it's not always easy for me to talk at the same time, but I'll do my best and hopefully you can hear it okay. So, let me go again. I might go up this side. No, wait, I'll go here. Okay, so, hands down. Can you see me? Am I in that position? Yeah. Hands down. Elbows in. Resting on my tummy. Chin down. Pushing up. squeezing my butt, lifting the legs up, and taking it down. So I'm really squeezing my butt cheeks and balancing on like just at the top of my elbow. Similar feeling if you're doing crow, and my chin is up, and that my balance is in between my hands and my elbows and my chin on the floor. I'll do it one more time again, so if you want to just have another little check, or feel free to get cracking again. I can see that you're keen to do it. So you can use the sofa to help you get that weight up, to get your butt up, or go straight up, whichever feels right for you. So I've got coffee in my mouth, hands come down, elbows in, chin down, leaning it forward, balance, butt up, squeezing the tuck, and down and in. Whew. Yes, Patricia's out, she's doing it! Yes, lovely, Vashana, lovely. Squeeze your butt cheeks, balance, 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 lift that butt up. You're so close. Kerry, what's happened? I can see head in hands. Not balancing. I'm going to unmute you, my love. Let me hear what you're saying. Talk to me. Have I unmuted you? Yeah.
Yeah. No, every time I do it and I sit back up, I feel really dizzy.
Okay, right. In which case, take yourself up really slowly. You're probably a little bit like me and you have blood pooling. And this just means that when we turn ourselves upside down and then get up too quickly, our blood takes a bit of time to then start coming back into circulation. So take it really slowly as you come back up and just take that little break. I'm going to unmute you all actually and just have a little chat with me, see how you find it, see if you've got any questions, because obviously that's quite a challenging move. And I mean, you're all looking like you're doing fantastic. I'm so proud of you. I was a bit apprehensive about teaching this over a Zoom school type affair, but you guys are looking really, really good with it. So how did it feel? Did you have any questions on it?
It's okay. Very demanding on the wrist. That's what I found. And I think I was more scared that I'm going to smack my chin because I've got laminate flooring. But I put
my chin in right at the beginning so that it doesn't feel like I'm going to go forward and hit my chin. It's already in that position looking forward, and then I'm just like putting a bit more weight into it, I guess. I do feel a little bit like I might have got carpet burns on my chin though, I'll give you that.
I'm actually giving the full kiss to the floor. It's like the whole stage is going down.
Yeah, make sure
helping me to keep the balance and get the legs out.
Yours is looking so good, Patricia. Have you done this before?
No, you just taught me. Well done.
That looked really good, really good. Laura, how did you find it? Rochelle, how did you find it?
I can't get my chin to the floor.
Can't get the chin to the floor. Show me, in fact, Laura, just show me your start position. You don't need to get into it, but show me your start position.
And when I'm there, if I get my elbows down, it's really hard to reach the floor.
Okay, I actually want you to bring your hands slightly further back and your elbows slightly more like they're underneath, like your lower abdomen. Like mine end up right, just kind of like where my womb would be. My hands a little bit lower, yes. And therefore my chin can already touching the floor, looking up to the sky. Yeah, good, better. And a little bit more elbows underneath. But I mean, I'm not going to get you to do it while everyone's staring at you, but do you know what I mean? Feel free to practice that. I'm going to do it again. So tomorrow's class at 8 o'clock is a floor tricks. So this is kind of like a floor trick. So I want us to do it again tomorrow night. So feel free to join in again if you want to just have a little bit more of a practice and go through it with guidance again. But yeah, really good. But yeah, I'd bring your hands slightly lower and bring your elbows so that they come lower down in your abdomen. I found that easier. And Roshana, I think actually I wondered whether that might make a difference for you as well. So it's less intense maybe on your wrist. It might be that positioning of where your wrists are. I have, I struggle with my right wrist quite a lot. Oh, look, Patricia, she's out. She's doing it. Woo!
I love
Really
it.
nice. It's so good. There you go. Yeah, so Rush, I think we should try it, be bringing your hands into slightly different positions. So either closer to your head or further away from your head might make it less pressure in that position.
So when you put it on the floor,
yeah,
is it like this?
Yes.
Or is it
No,
like
like
this?
the first one. Yes. So my fingers are facing forward, but they're slightly turned out. So they're like this, but they're like slightly turned out. Yeah, chin down. Good. Squeeze your butt cheeks here. Bring your weight straight into those elbows. Yes, nice. Good. Squeeze your butt, squeeze your butt, squeeze your butt. Bring your weight forward. You're not quite lifting up the leg up. Rush, what I'm going to ask you to do is bring your hands slightly closer to the sofa.
To the sofa.
Oh, my dinner is ready. Oh, enjoy your dinner, Laura. It's lovely seeing you. Really good work. We will revisit the chin stand and you will get it. I promise you. Take care, Laura. See you soon. Thank you for joining us.
How do I come out?
Rochelle, how did you get on with yours, darling?
Not great. I think I had the same problem as Laura with the like balancing on my elbows. But
Okay.
maybe, yeah, as you said, if I kind of bring it lower and more into stomach
Yes.
level waist.
Okay, yeah. So do try that, positioning your wrists like either closer to your pelvis or further closer to like mine. I'm going to do mine again so I can kind of see where they are in position to like how close they are. So hopefully it might help you guys as well. Let me just whack my hair out of the way. Okay, so the wedgie. Okay, so I have my hands in front of me to start with, and then I nearly always then reshuffle them and bring them in. So I start them here and then I reshuffle as I bring them in. So I guess my hand, my elbow is touching my hip. That's how low my elbow goes. It's just on the inside of my hip and I can feel it resting against my hip. If that gives you a sense of, oh, okay, actually mine are up here, I want them to be way lower.
Yeah.
Yeah, hands in.
So Becky, it looks like your hands are directly in line with your pelvic area. Your hands, when you go down, so you reshuffle, so you literally reshuffle them directly underneath your...
Okay, maybe, yeah, maybe they are a lot lower than I thought they're right near my tummy button. I know my elbows go right into my lower abdomen.
But yes, I think it's your belly button line, in between your belly button and your...
Yes, Gary, yes! Yeah. Squeeze that butt cheek and you had it up. Sorry, Bashana, I got distracted by Kerry's legs in the air.
It's a belly button, yeah.
I felt more comfortable having my elbows in closer to my belly button. I think before I had it too wide, so I didn't have as much control.
Understood. Any other questions on this one? On this particular move?
No, we're all right, I think.
Oh, good. We'll revisit it. So if we didn't quite feel like we'd nailed it today, we can always look at it again. And we're doing it again tomorrow. I'm just going to watch Roshana's this one, see if she gets up. Yes. Good. Squeeze your butt cheeks. Lovely. Bring your weight slightly more forward.
Nice. It's hard.
Oh, it's so close. We will get it. But we did really, really well today. So let's just have a little bit of a stretch. I'm actually just going to stretch out our neck, just because I know with every, we heard the lockdown as of yesterday, and we tend to hold so much stress for not only for ourselves and our situation, but for everyone else that we're caring for right now. We're all looking after our children, our partners, we feel like we're looking after all of our siblings. Everyone tends to, I find, lean on the woman of the house, which I know is all of you guys, because you tend to be the strong, resilient one that holds it all together. So we tend to hold a lot of stress ourselves. So let's just take a little moment at the end of our session just for ourselves to relieve any of the stress we might be holding in our neck. So find yourself comfortably sitting. wherever feels nice and comfortable, either cross-legged or on your knees or whatever feels comfortable. Take a big deep breath in, exhale it out. Lovely. And then what I want us to do is take your ear over towards your shoulder and just try and get it as close to your shoulder as possible, but whilst pushing your shoulders down as well. So you don't want to bring your shoulders up to your ears. You want to push your shoulders down and then try and ease it over. So with the opposite side, so if your ear is coming over to your right shoulder, your left hand, I want you to push down and away. So I'm pushing it down and away. And I take it right down. Can you see how much my shoulder's pulled down in comparison to here? I'm really pushing it down. Lovely. And then with this side, this hand, it's just going to gently rest on top. You don't need to push down, just the weight of your hand just gives that extra little bit of tension, extra little bit of pressure, sorry, just to relieve that tension you might be feeling in your neck. Lovely. One more breath here. Exhale it out. Lovely. Lift that hand up. You're going to turn your head and then you're going to take your nose in line with your nipple. So taking your head down in line with your nipple and then re-push down with the opposite hand and replace your hand on just to ease that stretch there as well. And this is just going to be taking the stretch to one of the tendons and muscles in the back of our neck. Lovely. One more breath here. Exhale it out. And then gently lift that hand off and then return your head back up to normal. Beautiful, guys. Take your ear over to the other shoulder. So just letting it relax for the first time, feeling like it's gone to the other side. And then we're going to take the opposite shoulder, bring that hand, pushing it down as if you're pushing onto a box below you. Lovely. Take the same hand as the shoulder is on the ear and then bring that hand, just place it on your head. You don't need to push down, it's just the resting on your head, just giving that extra bit of pressure, just to ease any more tension we've got. Lovely, one breath in here. Exhale it out. Feel in the middle. You might feel like particular tension here and you just let it melt away. Lovely. Lifting that hand up. You're going to turn your head and take your nose in line with your nipple and then replace the hand back on. And again, you don't need to push down, just the weight of your hand is enough. Moving that stretch around the neck, so further around the back. One more breath in here. Let it all go. Lovely. And then taking your head back up. This time we're going to take our head straight down to the floor. And then from here, you're going to take two hands, interlink the fingers at the top, and just place your hands on the top. And again, you don't need to push down. It's just the weight of your hands, and it will stretch out all the back of the neck. And from here, if you wish to, you can either stay here, or you can turn your head from one side to the other, and just notice any kind of tension that you've got in those muscles in the back of your neck. And maybe hold it where tension feels like it's a little bit tighter. And then relaxing it out and then trying in a different position. Lovely. And you might be able to feel this coming all the way up into the top of your skull, like right underneath here. You should feel it stretching all the way up to here, where the skull kind of starts to scoop under. Lovely. And relax, taking yourself back up. Now, this is a really, really good stretch, particularly if you struggle from migraines or headaches, because one of the biggest reasons why people have migraines or headaches, particularly in times of stress, which we're all under, is when we hold our tension in our necks, we find ourselves like this, worrying about things. It just helps to really ease it. So feel free to do this throughout your day, just giving yourself a little bit, maybe a little massage in the back of the neck, just to help relieve that stress as well, or any tension that we are holding in our neck and in our traps, just to give yourself that little bit of freedom and know that you're doing what you can to help relieve the stress that you might be experiencing. And on that note, I wish you a very pleasant rest of your evening. Apologies we started a little bit later than planned and we had a little hiccup with my internet. Hopefully that won't happen again and it will all continue as smoothly as possible. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Topher is obviously going to be doing his class. Bless his cottons, he's very nervous, but I'm sure he's going to do absolutely fabulously, as always, as his energy will emit through our screens. His is at 7 till 8, all being well, and then I'm going to pick up from 8 till 9, and we're going to do floor tricks. I'm going to send an email out tonight which gives you more information. I've written it up, I just need to get it sent out. More information about how we're changing with the memberships, because I know a lot of people have had questions about how it's all changing and what's what and what the classes are, and how does it mean if they've only got 5 classes. I'm going to scrap our usual plan of 5 classes. I'm going to make everybody's unlimited, because I just feel like we've got a new platform and a whole new plan, so it feels like we need to shake it up and make it a little bit better for everyone. So I'll pop that all in an email for you anyway, so you can have a good read. Did anybody have any questions or anything you wanted to share right now? No, you're all looking very zen now. You're like, good. All right, well, I might see you guys tomorrow. If not, I'll see you later in the week, maybe on Friday or Saturday, or next week Monday. But I hope you have a really good, safe, peaceful and stress relieving week as much as you physically can. Feel free to check in with me at any point, even if you just want to have a chat, a rant, a cry, a state of hysteria, and just like, ah! Because I completely appreciate we all need them moments. So if you just need to have 10 minutes, I'm happy to just go for a quick walk around my block and have a little chat with you. I'm here, just even if you just want to have a chat about anything, then feel free to get in touch and reach out. And also, I'm now doing my new Instagram account, work from home, or work from home, because I feel all sassy. And I'm starting to do loads of mindset information on there, and I'm starting at 9 o'clock every morning doing a live video where I'm going through my journaling method. So please, I invite you to join in with me on that, because it really does help. Doesn't work straight away, no, it's a little bit like pole. You can't just go to pole and get it straight away, but by building it up and doing it really regularly, it does help build you to feel like you've got it. You kind of feel like you're getting your shit together, I guess. It's time for you to give yourself space to refuel, rebuild, recharge you, ready so that you feel stronger and more resilient and able to support others better as a result. So I'm hoping that that will really help you guys feel a bit stronger. Don't worry if you can't join me live, but if you can, that'd be fabulous. Because then it'll help keep you accountable so that you can do it too. Anyway, go check it out. Again, I'll pop all the links in the email so you know where it's all at. But yes, lots of love. Enjoy the rest of your evening, and big love and energy for you all.
Thank you. Thank you.
See you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.